ready, there's a look at Bills Stadium, just outside of Buffalo, New York.
The folks in Buffalo love their Bills, and a moment ago they entered to the delight of this sold-out crowd. They're set for football as their Bills will do battle with the Minnesota Vikings. A couple of 2-1 teams set to square off, and we're underway here in NFL Week 4. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Tapped forward by Allen on the jet sweep. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3-and-out here on 3rd and 4. Allen going to throw. That's to Dalvin Cook, his running back. Touchdown.
Well, we know that he can beat you in a number of ways. He can catch the short passes, he can run under a long pass, or he can do what we saw right there, catch one and then make a big gain after the catch.
Yeah, and that was sheer determination right there. He decided before the play, if there was a sliver, he was going to take advantage of it. Looked the ball in, turned on the Jets, and took it all the way.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the catch on the next-gen stats. Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And that makes the score 7-0.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
A first down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up.
Well, this defense for the Bills, they played really well in that win last week against Miami.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Hayes. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Carlos Basham showing his strength and quickness there. A loss of 4. An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down. Back to throw. Hayes. And that is incomplete.
So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Taking it about the 16.
Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards.
And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Now, they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. It means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
Tackle there by Alex Anzalone.
2nd and 6 at the 32-yard line.
Now a 2nd down and 6.
Allen now looks to throw. He's going to get this one down to Cook. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
Well, they use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
7 yards, the pickup there.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd.
On 2nd down now, it's Cook. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line.
Not your normal call in short yardage, but the toss works very well there. Big people out in front, being physical, and they pick up a first down.
On play action, Allen. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Had the offense humming on the first drive. Not much has changed here on drive number 2.
No, and I think a lot of times confidence just really kicks in for a team. They may have been confident going into the game, but once you prove it on a drive, it's hard to get out of that mindset, isn't it? And look, let's face it, we can always lock in on the skill position, guys. But those big fellas up front, they're really making this offense go early in the game.
They try to set up the bubble screen here. It's complete. Great footwork, but still wrangled down before reaching the 20.
7 yards, the pickup there. And that last throw, CD, going to move him even further up that all-time passing leaderboard as he just moved beyond Broadway Joe Namath at 27,663 yards.
Touchdown, Bills! Rico Gafford with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bills have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead.
Here's Bass now for the extra point.
And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game, is it? And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Off the edge, the sack by Matt Ioannidis.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Airing it out deep for Smith. And it's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick.
And the Bills are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So after the INT, it's Allen. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Touchdown! A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Bills are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes the score 21-0.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words.
In trouble, and he's taken down. Matthew Ioannidis picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
I don't know about you, but if I'm the offensive line coach right now, I'm having an absolute fit. This team that they're going against has 3 sacks, yet they rank dead last in the league in sacks coming into this game.
Maybe overlooked them a little bit?
Could be. I don't know if it's the scheme. I don't know if they've just gotten fortunate along the way. I have no real great answer for it, but we're seeing something you don't often see.
On 3rd and 2, Hayes. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39, and his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
On 1st down, Allen. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. Brandon Cooks. His first touchdown on the year. And the Bills are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Bass on for the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Looking to throw. Hayes dancing to his left. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A big play there on the keeper.
Partner, it's often that man coverage is easier for a quarterback to run against. You get your receivers going downfield. Those guys are staying with them, and oftentimes they have their back to the quarterback, which opens up a lot of space and room, and they don't even know that he's taken off with it. What a big-time pickup on that play.
Now it's 2nd and 9.
They'll hand it off now. Williams. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes the defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 13. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
A few things better than a big man interception. You can always tell right when they get the football, there's that level of excitement and nervousness, and also like, what the heck do I do with this thing?
And you say, no better sight? Well, not for the quarterback to just throw it. It's bad enough to throw a pick, but to throw one to the big guy? But you're right about that. Now what do I do with it? But what's fun about it is, you know they're going to be in the film room after this ball game, telling all their teammates, maybe I should shift over to offense. I've got skills. What do you think?
Oh, absolutely. I always find myself cheering for them after they intercepted. Unfortunately here, he couldn't make it into the end zone.
On play action, Allen. He's going to go up top again. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he will finally be taken out of bounds. A big play here for Buffalo.
So there is the big arm of Josh Allen on display. He can throw it as deep as anybody, and that was an absolute laser.
And he made that look effortless, didn't he? I mean, he's had a great game throwing the football. This is going to add to his yardage total in a big way. It's one thing to be accurate on your short and intermediate throws, but when you're hitting the bombs like those, look out.
Now this time, Allen will throw. Being chased out left.
And he's got his tight end Knox for a Bills touchdown. Dawson Knox, his 3rd touchdown now on the air. And the Bills open the lead up to 34-0. Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And that makes this 35-0 now.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
And he's going to lose a yard or two, taken down behind the line. It was the safety blitz that ultimately did the job, and they're going to credit him with a sack. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards.
Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run.
And some room to maneuver. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
40 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
Williams. Despite the strong run, he'll be hit and dropped shy of the 45. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3.
The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1? Back to throw. Hayes, flush to his right. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And this will be taken at the 13. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Allen off the play fake. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years, and the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one.
And I'm telling you, nothing will light up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and you know everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
And the final readout on next-gen stats, remarkable. That ball traveling close to 80 yards in the air. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
On 3rd down, it's Jordan. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting 3rd down so far this year. They're in the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on 3rd and what, right? I bet they're in the top 5 in the league on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 or more, because that's how you end up not converting. Just too much yardage to pick up on 3rd down.
And he'll be close to a 1st down as the tackle made at the Bills' 36. 69 yards rushing for him now to this point. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. before they can get the punt away whistles as we've come to the end of the third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. With this lead and the football, things obviously looking good, but maybe, you've taught me this before, maybe this is where the defense is hoping that the offense helps them preserve that shutout that they've got going.
And it has to be in the minds of the offense that they know how rare it is to get a shutout. So take care of them, protect them, take care of the ball, move it downfield, run the clock down. You don't want your defense to have to go on the field again the rest of the game. Reward them.
2nd and 10.
Now Allen. He's going to loft this one deep left sideline.
And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal.
Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds.
With nowhere to throw it, decided to scramble, and a nice job, CD. Got the yardage that he needed.
Yeah, and his teammates are certainly going to appreciate that effort, even if his coaches don't, because they would have wanted him to slide and protect himself. But he chose team gain over personal protection.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. A big play here for Buffalo. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Allen.
That's into the hands of Gafford, complete.
And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on third down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. Throwing on first down is Allen. Eluding the pressure right. And he's brought down.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier on this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Josh Allen.
Excellent work there to get in on the touchdown run. And the Bills are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. Tyler Bass now for the point after.
Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. This taken in at the goal line. And he's going to be brought down inside the 5 at the 3.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
A good run, got 7 on first, 2 second and 3. Looking to throw. Hayes. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Tanner Muse in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit. To throw on third down, Hayes. Here's a diving catch right side.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Now a man open down the middle of the field and able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking for...
And they take him down. The Bills get to him. They can't stop him. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. On third down, Hayes. Got an open man, finding Jefferson. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
To throw on second down, Hayes. This one swung out to Williams. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And they're going to have a third down. Back to throw. Hayes. Complete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Here's Jamie Gillandale. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense is they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one, and that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Bills, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head to Dallas to take on the Cowboys.